All right, guys, what's up? I'm back, episode 4 of your hashtag GetGeeked Saturday. This week, I decided to go with a singular character instead of a franchise in general. So you're not going to get a lot about toys. I went Captain Marvel. I went Captain Marvel because she is Carol Danvers is one of my favorite Marvel characters. She's a badass, damn near indestructible, although, nobody in Marvel's indestructible. But she does kick a lot of ass. She takes a lot of names. She don't take shit from nobody. How can you not love that? I want to start out, though, the early backgrounds of the name, the mantle Captain Marvel. 1950s, the golden age of comics. The character that you guys know and love as Shazam, DC character, of course, was the original Captain Marvel. And he was mentioned, and he's been mentioned a few times as Captain Marvel recently, but more in passing. Because, Marvel got the trademark for it in the late 60s, so they can't really use it as a official term for him. But once they lost the rights and Marvel picked him up, you got your first Captain Marvel, which, of course, was Mar-Vell, the Kree Imperial officer, sent to Earth to oversee their technological advances, especially as they were getting into being able to do space travel. So he was sent to kind of see how far they'd gotten. Eventually, kind of questions the thoughts of his Kree higher ups. Eventually, decides to become an ally to Earth and help defend them from, of course, outer planetary forces. The Kree label him a traitor. He had a pretty good run. If you are into the older comics, I do love comics in general, but I've got a limit. Some of those older ones are a little rough to get through, but of course, originally brought in and created by Roy Thomas and Gene Colan. Had a good run until 1982, where Jim Stalin wrote The Death of Captain Marvel. Mar-Vell gets in a fight, comes down with cancer after getting hit with like a poisonous gas, or nauseous gas, I should say. Gives the character cancer. It was like the first big like hardcover Marvel team up, for lack of a better term, where everyone kind of comes to pay their respects. Of course, you get a cool scene where the Skrulls, who is Mar-Vell's biggest foe, kind of come and pay their respects as their greatest foe. You get a vision where he sees Thanos not as an enemy, but again coming to pay his respects as a gigantic foe that stopped Thanos on a lot of stuff. Thanos kind of, shows his respects and kind of shows him the way to the afterlife, which is really cool. I love Thanos, so anytime I can see him in comics, I'm always down. And then, of course, after that, you've got the Captain Marvel you guys know and love, Carol Danvers, formerly Ms. Marvel, took over the mantle in July of 2012 in her first big ongoing series as Captain Marvel, written by Kelly Sue DeConnick. Kelly Sue DeConnick, guys, writes a lot of good stuff. She's like John Romita Jr. Anything that's got her name on it, give it a read because it's going to be really good. Captain Marvel had a run with the Avengers where she was the leader there after Sue DeConnick kind of got her as her own little masterpiece, which Sue DeConnick wrote those as well. Really good reads. Again, you give her Captain Marvel, she's going to know what she's doing. Been featured in a ton of big summer stories and team-ups. Her latest one that she was a part of, where she was actually like a face of, was Civil War II. 2016, it was their big summer storyline. You've got Tony Stark versus Captain Marvel. An Inhuman named Ulysses with precognitive powers can kind of see crimes before they happen, especially like some of the big-name guys like Thanos. Sees these things happen, and Captain Marvel thinks, hey, we should use these to stop this stuff before it happens. We could save lives. Tony Stark does some tests on him, realizes that the cognitive powers aren't so much based in truth as they are probability, thinks it's not the best idea. As much as I hate to admit it, kind of agree with him, We're not going to minority report this. Just let it happen. You know what I mean? You got to stop it when it gets there. Don't try and jump the gun on this because you never know. They have a really cool fight with Thanos after Ulysses sees something where Thanos is kind of sneaking back onto the planet. And, Captain Marvel, they try to jump the gun. You get She-Hulk gets in a huge fight with Thanos, gets more, damn near mortally wounded. You've got the death of War Machine in that. Thanos basically punches a hole through him. It was really crazy to see, and if you're a fan of comics and you see a big known character like that, that was kind of rough to get through, but it was a really fun series. I liked that one a lot. Of course, Carol Danvers leads into the 2019 movie titled Captain Marvel. You've got Brie Larson playing Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers herself. You've got Sam Jackson playing a young Nick Fury with 2 eyes, which was weird, but you also get to see how he lost his eyes. So that was kind of a cool little throwback for you MCU fans who've always known the hard-ass man with 1 eye. You got Ben Mendelsohn playing the Skrull Talos, and I can't remember his name. I know Jude Law plays the character. He kind of plays the main Kree soldier there that is the bad guy. You've got a lot of cool throwbacks in that movie, a lot of cool Easter eggs for you Marvel fans. Of course, the big one, Walter Lawson, who was Mar-Vel's kind of alter ego when he wasn't being Mar-Vel Captain Marvel. In this one, you've got Dr. Wendy Lawson, who is MCU's version of Mar-Vel. Just a cool little play on words to switch up the genders that, if you were a fan, you knew who it was and you liked the way it played out. You've got Maria Rambeau, her best friend, and her daughter Monica. Of course, your throwback to the second iteration of Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau. So that was kind of cool to see the way they played that. I hope they give something cool to her. I hope she gets some powers and maybe you get to see Photon with her. I liked her as the actress. I thought they meshed together really well, so that'd be cool to see them team up. If you like Captain Marvel and you didn't like this movie, I don't think you like Captain Marvel as a character, because I felt they did a fantastic job of capturing this character and who she is. And if you liked that movie, you didn't know Captain Marvel, go back and read some of her stuff. Start with the Kelly Sue DeConnick stuff, because it is really good. And then, of course, read your big Marvel team-ups and stuff where you get to see a little bit more of the badass side of Captain Marvel. This was a good one to get through, guys. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I love Captain Marvel. I hope you guys do too. Thank you guys for tuning in. I can't thank you guys enough. I truly appreciate you for just helping me out in this, man. I didn't think it'd ever get to be this big, and yet here I am filming all professional and stuff. So thank you guys. Thank you again, Ty Nelson, my man, for filming this. Stay geeky, y'all. I'm out.